We out here.
Yes, yes.
So who we got here? Who we got here?
How y'all doing, world? It's your boy Black, owner of Car One Trucking. How's it going, world? So today we got a few things that we want to kind of throw insight on about trucking for people who may either be in it and kind of still don't understand the concept of it, or people who wish to get into it and would like to understand what trucking is about. Me personally, I have been in trucking for about 5 years. I am currently on my second truck. Obviously, the first go around with my first truck, guys, it was a disaster. I had no idea what I was getting myself into, what kind of bills I was to anticipate, or how I would, even manage, to be honest with you. I started off with an account that had about 9,000 in it. In all honesty, that was my maintenance and my fuel account. So as you can imagine, I struggled like hell when I had breakdowns.
Okay.
Trying to obtain gas, all at the same time. Fortunately, things managed to work itself out through making good decisions, but unfortunately, I still fail, which is why I'm currently on my second truck.
Right.
But to get to some of the basics of the trucking, guys, so we don't steer too far off. There's a couple ways you can go about handling, getting into trucking. Some people start off, they come in and they end up working for an owner-operator. Some people may come in and
Lease purchase.
grab a lease purchase. Some people are fortunate enough to
Credit.
have good credit.
Or cash.
Or cash.
That's the only other way.
Yes, sir. Now, personally, I have experienced 2 entries on three. I started off, I was working for an owner-operator. I made good money. In that lane, I want to say weekly, roughly, I was bringing around about 1,200, maybe 1,400 weekly. And I still feel like that was reasonable for me because I didn't have all the expenses of an owner-operator. And I still made good money weekly. But as time progressed, I realized that I was making a lot of money and beating my own body up for something I could have done for myself. So I decided to purchase my first truck and I went cash, guys. Obviously, I didn't have $1 million, so I didn't buy a new truck. I bought a used truck. It was a 2007 Freightliner. It had about a good 800,000 miles on it. Yes, I had to put work into it, but it ran like a pro.
How long did you have it for?
I had the Freightliner, I want to say, for about...
Before it had to...
Breakdown?
Yeah.
In all honesty, I was experiencing breakdowns. Before I experienced my first breakdown, I want to say I drove it at least a good 3 months, in all honesty, guys. Again, the breakdowns weren't major. But again, I was limited on funds, so it hurted me then.
Tell them how many miles it had on it again.
It had about 800,000 miles when we first started with the truck.
Right.
I did make decent money with it. I did run it. Like I said, just the expenses itself, I could not keep up with because I was trying to tangle with one account that had both my fuel and my maintenance in it. So I learned from that mistake, and a mistake you guys do not want to make, trust me. So now I have separate accounts, obviously. I'm sorry, I'm drifting. Let's stay on the first truck. So I ended up selling the first truck, I want to say after a good 2 years of running it consistently. I did make good money off of it, and I did still get 10 grand for the truck. So I still made my money back. And as you guys can see now, I'm in the 2016 Volvo. a truck that I personally really like. I am a fan of automatics. Sticks are a little cheaper. Okay, so if you guys don't like automatics and want to stay with the sticks, they are cheaper. So back to the trucks. I'm on my second truck now.
What do you mean by sticks? He mean manual transmission.
Yes.
This is an automatic transmission. But the automatic transmission, if you have to take it to the mechanic, to the shop to get fixed, it is more expensive than the manual.
Yes.
When you mess up the manual transmission.
Yes. So true. And that was another issue that I experienced with my last truck. I was still a little hard-headed and still when I got another automatic for the convenience of my ride. I love to ride with convenience, but you'll find most people are fans of the sticks. So that right there, guys, is totally a choice that comforts you. You know, if you feel for the manual, take the manual. Me personally, I like my little easy car-like ride, you know, on my journeys. So, guys, on my second truck, and I have to say the things that I want to say that I learned most is how to handle my fuel a lot better. You know, look for cheaper prices.
So what is your biggest expense in trucking?
My biggest expense...
Don't mean to cut you off.
No, it's okay. My biggest expense is the fuel, guys. It's not going to be cheap. You do have seasons where the fuel may spike a little low, where it can save you a few bucks. You may have seasons where it may spike so high and take something out your pocket. So you have to learn how to manage your fuel, guys. I tend to drive if the road is open. I tend to drive on cruise control. Also helps save gas, guys. And if I'm not, and I kind of know, you know, based off the hours of the trip, how much fuel I need to gas my truck up, which comes with the experience, guys. It's not something you'll just grow to know. You know, you have to test your truck and see how much fuel you guys can have for certain trips, and how to, again, to learn how to save your fuel. They have cards that give you points, you know, so you have to figure that part out when you get into trucking too. Any other questions that I might be skipping over that you want to get them?
What would you say to someone coming in the game who's, you know, wanted a truck all their life and finally have an opportunity to, you know, get out on their own, get their own truck? What option should they take? Owner operator or having their own authority?
Okay, well, I'm glad you mentioned that because today is October the 3rd, I believe. And
could you make as much money as an owner operator as you do with authority?
Okay. Yes, I believe that it depends on what companies you go with, okay, and how well they run you. You can make good money, but I do not think that you will make as much money with your own authority as being leased under someone else's company. I believe you make more money with your own authority. My personal reasons for speaking getting your own authority would be today's current pandemic. For whatever reason, the numbers have spiked to a tremendous high. And
so are you saying someone should just go get their authority just because the pandemic?
Well, no, I believe,
and the rates are high?
Well,
wouldn't that be like, you know, putting themselves, putting themselves in a situation where they don't know what tomorrow gonna be like? Like, well, you go out and finance and get all this debt, and then tomorrow rates are like,
yeah. Well, see, trucking is a hustle to anyone who doesn't know anything about it. So you'll have to find something that suits you in trucking, whether it's you going under to lease on to somebody or you getting your own authority. I personally, again, I say get your own authority because you get to learn to work the load boards. You get to build relationships with brokers and dispatchers, and you don't have to throw yourself into a bind.
Is working the load board, is that guaranteed? Is that guaranteed financial stability or?
It isn't. No. But the key to surviving in the trucking game is to become acquainted with brokers who really care about running their work, truckers, and getting them good works and good loads and not charging them so much. Now, yes, I heard you speak on surviving. No, you would not be able to survive consistently from the load board, which is why you want to gather a special relationship with a broker. And I believe that if you do that, you can definitely find yourself in a good position to have consistent work.
Yeah. So my point of view, and I feel like a person should try to build relationship with shippers and get personal, direct freight. That's just how I see it.
Okay. Now, and I don't disagree with that, because when it's a personal relationship, the shipper and the broker knows what kind of person he's dealing with and if his loads are going to be on time, and that's very important. Time, everything is very time sensitive in the trucking world, so you want to always keep things in a timely fashion to keep yourself on point and task. Pre-trips, make sure you pre-trip your trucks well and your trailers well, before you get on the road. But back to what we were saying, the brokers, you definitely want to build a relationship with them. Now, granted, you will find a way eventually to start, personalizing your own routes and stuff like that. But in the beginning, if you never work the load board, you'll never know how to dispatch yourself or your company. If you say, for instance, one day you want to get ahead and you want to start dispatching your own loads or dispatching other truckers, working the load board teaches you that. But if you always let someone pick the loads for you, you have no way to even learn how to get into learning how to, maneuver around those obstacles is what I would call it in the trucking world.
Okay. Insightful.
Yes, sir. Very, very.
Appreciate this interview with you.
Thank you, sir.
Give them people your name. Tell them where they can reach you at.
Yeah, my name is Black Boy again. You can find me at Black Boy DJTG. You can also find me on YouTube. Same email, Black Boy DJTG. And I'm also Plain Darren on Facebook. And we will definitely be coming to you guys with more
footage
and interviews. And if you guys have any questions, feel free to post them in the comments, and we'll be sure to get back to you guys with any more information that can possibly help you guys with being successful in your journey out here in this trucking world. Truck on, guys. One love.
Keep on trucking.
For sure.